Hello students, good morning. Students, we are studying sets and its properties. And in the last page we are studying about equivalence relation. In the last classes we have done what is relation and what is equivalence relation. Right? So you already know relation means R is a relation on set A means R should be subset of A cross A. Besides this, we have learned equivalence relation. For equivalence relation, the relation must be reflexive, symmetry, and transitive. Relations must be reflexive, symmetry and transitive. If relation is reflexive, symmetry and transitive, so it is called equivalence relation. Now see one question. Let Z be the set of integers and the relation R defined on Z as defined by R is equals to AB such that A minus B is divisible by M for all A, B belongs to Z. Prove that R is an equivalence relation. This question may be written in another form also, that prove that A congruence B mod M, that is called congruence modulo M, and its meaning is A minus B is divisible by M. A minus B is divisible by M. As usual, we have to prove that R is an equivalence relation, and for equivalence relation we will prove each term pointwise. The first term should be reflexive. Zero, since 0 is divisible by M and 0 is equal to, you already know, difference of two similar number, or you can say two same number, means A minus A is divisible by M for all A belongs to Z. See what is given. A minus B is divisible by M means AB belongs to R. Here we have obtained A minus A is divisible by M means AA belongs to R. Thus R is reflexive. R is reflexive. The next one is symmetry. Symmetry. For symmetry, let AB belongs to R, and we have to prove BA also belongs to R. AB belongs to R means A minus B is divisible by M according to the question. So if A minus B is divisible by M, then its negative minus A minus B is also divisible by M, also divisible by M, and minus A minus B means B minus A is divisible by M, and B minus A is divisible by M means BA belongs to R. Therefore R is symmetry. The next one is transitive. Transitive. For transitivity, we will consider two elements. As you know, let AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R. Then what we will prove? AC belongs to R. So AB belongs to R means A minus B is divisible by M. Divisible by M. Similarly, BC belongs to R means B minus C is divisible by M. Divisible by M. So the two numbers is divisible by same number, then their sum will also divisible by same number. Therefore A minus B plus B minus C is divisible by M. A minus B plus B minus C is divisible by M. So plus B and minus B should be cancelled. How much left? A minus C is divisible by M. Divisible by M. So A minus C divisible by M means AC belongs to R. It means that is R is transitive. So what we have seen, that R is reflexive, symmetry and transitive. R is reflexive, symmetry and transitive. So R is an equivalence relation. Equivalence relation on Z. So this is your end of sets, but I have already given you one assignment. Till today or tomorrow, by tomorrow I will provide you next assignment of sets, and you will solve and put me on WhatsApp so that I have made their correction. Thank you. Your next part is function or mapping. First, see what is function or what is mapping. Let x and y are two non-empty sets. Non-empty sets. And a relation from x to y, from set x to set y is called a function. Is said to be a function, and it is represented by f, and f x to y is a function, so we write it in general f x to y is a function or mapping. Is a function or mapping. First, understand with suitable example. Suppose x square is a function, and we write it as function of x is equals to x square. Here, if x belongs to x, then function of x belongs to y, that is value of fx belongs to y. So when x is equals to 1, then f1 is 1 square, which is 1. Similarly, f2, that will be 2 square, which is 4. f3, 3 square, which is 9. This will be taken when x belongs to natural number. Now consider two sets. One is set x, another is set y, which contains the element of fx. So when x is equal to 1, then fx is also 1. When x is equal to 2, fx is 4. X is equal to 3, fx is equal to 9. Fx. So 1 goes to 1, 2 to 4, and 3 to 9. This is a mapping, and here we write it as fx to y. Now see types of mapping. In this example, you see that for each element of x, there exists unique element in y. For each element of x, there exists unique element in y. Unique element in y. So such type of mapping is called one-to-one mapping. One mapping. Again, here we have two sets. Each element of Y is image of element of X. Each element of Y is image of element of X. In that case, this is called codomain. Codomain, and set X is called domain. Set X is domain and this is codomain. Now consider another example. Let X and Y are two sets of integers, and if X to Y is a map as related by fx is equals to x square. So now construct the map. Let this is one set, this is another set, that is y, and this is x. X belongs to x. So when x is 1, this would be 1, minus 1, in both cases it should be 1. Similarly, when x is minus 2, then f minus 2 is minus 2 square, which is 4. 2, 4, since they are independent sets, so 5, 6, 2, 3 are also the elements of the sets. Now map them, construct function. The value of minus 1 goes to 1. Value of 1 also related to 1. Minus 2 is to 4, plus 2 is also on 4. But 2, 3, 5, 6, etc. are the element which are not the image of elements of X. In that case, the set Y is not called codomain, it is called range. As usual, the set X is called domain and this is range. The basic difference between codomain and range is codomain means the set whose each element is image, and the range means at least one element which is not the image of domain. This is basic difference between codomain and range. Let us clear one time more. Codomain means each element must be image, and range means at least one element should not be image. So if each element be image, then that map is called onto map, and if at least one element is not the image, this is called into map. So in first example, this one, each element has only one image, so you already know this is 1-1 mapping, and each element of codomain be image, or you can say range be image, so it is actually 1-1 and onto map. Similarly, it may be 1-1 into map. In the second example, see, there are two elements of X having same image 1, -2, 2. They are element of X, element of domain, have only one image 4. So such type of mapping is called many to one. Many to one. So many one map. And since these elements are not the image, so this is complete into map. So there are different types of map. Now see, what are the different types? The first type of map is 1-1 onto map. Second one is 1-1 into map. Third is many one onto map. And finally we have many one into map. So there are 4 types of map: 1-1 onto, 1-1 into, many one onto, many one into. Now see one simple question. Find the domain and range of f is equals to 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, so on. You already know domain and codomain or range, these all are itself a set. So in each coordinate, or you can say pair of element, the first one represents domain. So domain should be 1, 2, 3. This is domain 1, 2, 3. And range will be second coordinate, that is 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. This will be range. So in various questions you can find domain of the function, range of the function. Next is some definitions. Equal functions. Let f and g are two functions. They are called, let f and g let f and g are two functions, then they are called equal function. Then they are called equal functions if first domain of f equals to domain of g, means their domain should be equal, their codomain should also equal, codomain of f should equals to codomain of g, and finally we say that fx is equals to gx. So children, I think you will understand the function and the mapping, what are types of mapping. Next class we will discuss some more problems related to functions and with real numbers. Thank you.